Because future-looking statements are inherently subject to risk and uncertainty, our reminder is that you should make any purchasing or investment decisions based on products that are currently commercially available.
Beautiful design.
Innovative.
Scalable.
Secure.
Agile.
And lightning fast.
Welcome to the world of Salesforce Einstein.
Please welcome EVP and GM of the Lightning Platform, Ann Del Santo.
Welcome to Dreamforce 2018. You know, the cloud has delivered democratization of software, and it's delivered democratization of infrastructure. But what about app development? Our mission is to deliver democratization of app development, because now everyone's business is to build apps. And you're going to hear today about how the Salesforce Lightning Platform is bringing together no-code builders, low-code tools, out-of-the-box enterprise services to welcome all to the Salesforce Lightning Platform to truly democratize app development. I am passionate about leading the Salesforce Lightning Platform. You know, the Salesforce platform has always made the hard things easy. And we want to empower the business, IT, developers to come together and work side by side to develop amazing app experiences. I'm incredibly grateful, and I want to thank all of you. Thank you for being part of our Salesforce and Platform Ohana. Thank you for your commitment and your passion, your innovation to your customers. It inspires us and it motivates us to deliver the technology and innovations that are going to make you more successful. And we have been on an incredible journey together, and we find ourselves today in the fourth industrial revolution. It's a time of unprecedented change. Technological advancements like artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, robotics, in addition to the cloud and mobile, are changing the way our customers are connected and always on. Companies are going through digital transformations that make them rethink how they sell and service and market to their customers. Our true north, your true north, has always been to put the customer at the center of everything we do. And the Salesforce Customer Success Platform does just that. Our customers, advised by Einstein, are at the heart of everything we think about. But it has changed customers' expectations, and those customers come to your companies. They expect a personalized and intelligent experience. They expect apps. apps that are going to make them more productive in the work they do every day, apps that are going to give them personalized customer experiences, apps that are going to change the way they think about coming to work every day, bringing their voice and their innovation to your companies. IDC tells us that business apps are growing at 158%. This is an imperative not just for executives in the audience. This is an imperative for every business user, everyone in IT. How are we going to deliver these experiences? But you may be asking, why apps? And it's because apps are delivering the rich experiences that everyone expects, our customers and our employees. So I am a customer of a small little local coffee shop. You might have heard of them, Starbucks. And I actually love their loyalty app. It knows my favorite drink. It lets me be a virtual barista. It knows that I pick up my coffee during the work week on Market and on the weekend at Jackson, and it has my payment information. I do not use the Starbucks loyalty card anymore. I can't remember when I used it last. I have a shoebox full of old loyalty cards. And employees also expect digitized experiences. I'm receiving travel approvals, vacation approvals, PO approvals, as many as you. And we just pull out our phone and we approve them. But I've talked to many of you, and you sometimes approvals mean a spreadsheet attached to an email. This is not the digital transformation that we have promised our employees and our customers. So why isn't everybody building these amazing app experiences? It's because building apps is hard. There's a lot of challenges facing companies today, and it has historically created what looks like a divide between the business and IT. But we know that the business and IT actually face the same challenges. They just come at it from different perspectives. And so the skills gap, it's a challenge IT is facing today. There just aren't enough developers to go around. But the business is worried about how do they onboard new employees and train top talent. And what about security and governance? Historically, we think of this as an IT challenge. But the business is very worried about data breaches and privacy and compliance. It can change the brand of your company. The Salesforce Lightning Platform is the bridge between the business and IT. With no-code builders, pro-code tools, out-of-the-box enterprise services, it's the Salesforce Lightning Platform that empowers the business and IT to build apps together. McKinsey did a study on the top CIOs who are partnering with the business, not just offering consulting services or using IT ticketing services, but really partnering with the business. And those companies are twice as transformational. They grow faster, they innovate faster. It changes the culture of one that is adopting and accepting change. It's the Salesforce Lightning Platform that empowers the business and IT to work side by side, building amazing apps. We have seen business users using drag and drop functionality with Lego-like components to create amazing customer experiences. But they can't do it alone. They actually need IT and professional developers. And so on the platform, we bring together modern languages, DevOps, and tools to help them bring their unique subject matter expertise to these beautiful apps. All of this on a foundation of trusted, secure, intelligent enterprise services. And together, they're building apps 57% faster. Yes. We are going to show you how this is done. And so we are going to start with how business users using no-code builders are building for the future. And then we're going to dig into the details because we know you want to know how this is done. DevOps, modern languages, what are those pro-code tools? So we're going to show you how businesses are building fast, but with trust. And finally, it's always about the people. And so we're going to show you how trailblazers in IT and in the business are building together. A trailblazer is someone who goes through a door for the first time. Trailblazers like Hector Perez, who is an Air Force veteran, and he learned the Salesforce platform. But it's not enough for trailblazers to go through the door themselves and change their lives. They hold that door open for others to come through. And Hector established an app, Mentor Match, that is inspiring veterans to change their careers with a career in IT. Their stories inspire us, and I know they're going to inspire you too. So there is nobody better to get us started on how to build for the future than my business partner, Salesforce SVP of Platform Product Marketing, Shannon Duffy.
Okay, thank you, Anne. So as a business user, I am so excited that people like me can actually build apps. I can work alongside my IT team and help transform the business. But the thing about transformation is it's not just enough to build for today. The apps I build have to be able to take us into the future. So today, we know that apps need to be smart, they need to be mobile, but they gotta work with voice now too. And as Anne mentioned, we're going into the fourth industrial revolution, which means technology is going to come faster at us than ever before. Now, the great thing about the Lightning platform is that no matter what those advancements are, they're going to be baked right into the platform. So people like me can use them with low-code tools. Now, I want to tell you a story about a transformation I made in my own business at Salesforce. So in marketing, we create a ton of content. And managing this process can be difficult, and we were doing it in spreadsheets. So a woman on my team came to me, and she said, Shannon, we are the platform team. There has to be a better way. So she herself built an app that helps us manage that process. But it doesn't end there. That app was instantly mobile, because everything you build on the Lightning platform is instantly mobile, no coding required. So now, when I'm on the bus and Anne texts me and says, how much content do we have in a certain area, I'm able to give her that answer in minutes. Now, that's a small transformation, but companies are using the Lightning platform to do larger transformations as well. And a great example of that is Volvo. Volvo asked themselves, why don't we completely disrupt the car buying experience? So they've created a Volvo subscription service, Volvo as a service. And to do that, they needed a platform that was mobile, smarter, and more importantly, connected. Because they had to make sure that whether their customer walked into a retailer or was engaging with the brand online or in a mobile app, that experience was exactly the same. So let's go ahead and take a look how they're doing it. So here you see the Care by Volvo mobile app. And Rima, she's heard about this service, and right from her mobile device, she is going to select and customize a Volvo. Now, she's going through this, and she says, choose your package, rear heated seats. Yeah, who doesn't want rear heated seats? That's awesome. So she picks that, and she finalizes her order. Now, the best part about this app is all of this information is flowing directly into Salesforce. So back on the desktop, we can see this complete view of Rima and her order. Now, Volvo can do a lot of things with this information once it's in the Lightning platform. And one of the things they could do is create a custom view for their inspectors. Now, their inspectors, they're not at a desk, right? They're in the field, in the warehouse with the cars. So they need to be able to access this on a mobile device. And again, remember, with the Lightning platform, it's all instantly mobile. So let's take a look at the mobile device. And there you see the Salesforce mobile app, right? We all know and love it. But we're not going to use the Salesforce mobile app. What we are going to use is the Volvo branded version of the Salesforce mobile app. So we click in, but that customization, it doesn't end with just the branding. What you are looking at right now is a customized Lightning mobile record page. Volvo can completely customize this view to make their inspectors that much more productive. They can also click in, and they can inspect that car and pass that inspection right from the phone. Now, just as we saw all the customer information flowing in from the consumer app, all of this information from the Salesforce mobile app is going back into the desktop as well. So here we see everything that the inspectors just did, and now we're gonna schedule Rima's car for delivery. So back again on Rima's mobile device, she is gonna get an alert that her car is ready. She clicks in, she's able to schedule a pickup time, and she's also able to select some topics that she wants to learn about, new features of her car that she wants to have the Volvo person explain to her when she gets to the retailer. So you know where we're going, back into that desktop where all the information has once again been updated seamlessly and in real time. Now, again, you scroll down, we see all the information we know about the car, but we see something else. The Lightning platform is Einstein enabled. Einstein is everyone's personal data scientist. Just like we've democratized app dev, AI has been democratized too. So now everyone could build smart apps. And one of the things Volvo can do is surface these Einstein recommendations right here. We see recommendations, and we also see actions. Now, great, that's on the desktop. But remember, it's the retailers, it's the people in the field that are actually gonna give Rima her keys. And the business users at Volvo went to IT and said, it would be so great if we could surface this information to external stakeholders, the retailers. So working together, business and IT created this. We can see the mobile app of Darshan, the iPad of Darshan. This is the Volvo dealer delivery app. So we can see that he has Rima scheduled to come in at 10 a.m. She comes in, he teaches her all about voice commands because that's something she wanted to learn about, and he completes the delivery. But wait, remember all those great Einstein recommendations and actions we saw on the desktop? These can be surfaced to the retailer as well. Now remember, Rima, she wanted those heated seats. So Einstein's pretty sure she's got something back there. I don't know, dog, kid, we don't know. Well, turns out she has a young son. And I don't know about any about you, but if you've installed a car seat, it's not fun, right? So she's like, okay, I want a car seat. Now I'm gonna pause for a second for two reasons. One, I wanna give a shout out to my boy Gabe back there who's driving the demo, but he also built this demo. He built this demo. And the other reason I wanna pause is because what you are seeing is this new data signal that's gonna go back into Einstein in real time. That goes back into Einstein, and in real time, Einstein refreshes his recommendation based on that new data signal. And here we see new actions that we can take, in this case, a kick guard or a bike rack, and she's like, my son kicks the heck out of my seats, please give me that kick guard. We add that, and Rima drives off, a happy Volvo customer. Now, that is how the business and IT teams at Volvo are working together to transform the experience. But I actually was able to experience this myself. So a Volvo employee came out to my house, had an iPad, clicked some things, gave me a car. There you can see my son, who also kicks my seat. That's our Target run. We went to get one thing, and you can see the receipt. That worked out well for us. And you can also see the Salesforce platform product marketing team. Now, you've been hearing a lot of Run DMC, and that's because on Thursday night, we're having a party, and y'all are invited. Thursday night, Rev Run from Run DMC is gonna be performing for me and all of you and my platform product marketing team who've been working around the clock to make that party happen, so please come. Now, let's hear a little bit about this experience that Volvo had from none other than Mark Gaynor, the VP of Consumer and Enterprise Digital at Volvo. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you.
All right, so we saw that you guys chose the Lightning platform to build your apps. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It started probably 6 months into my career at Volvo, and my boss came to me and said, we want to improve the retail delivery process for our consumers. And retail deliveries are extremely important for Volvo because that's the moment when a customer goes from a prospect to joining the Volvo family. So it's critical that we get it right. And he said to me, Mark, I want to build an app. I said, cool, let's do it. And he said, okay, and I want it done in 5 months. And I said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I had an honest conversation with him and explained that if we were going to do this, we had to make a decision and just go. And he said, do what you need to do. So we selected Salesforce, and we selected specifically the Lightning Platform. Reason being, we had a whole series of legacy back office applications that we needed to get data out of and get into a common database and then build, obviously, a mobile-friendly app. And in doing so, Salesforce allowed us to solve this architectural challenge. And we went from what was a hallway conversation, then a quick whiteboard exercise, to an actual app at the retailers in less than 5 months.
It's amazing. So talk to me, business and IT working together. How does that work at Volvo?
You used the term business and IT. That's banned at Volvo. We are not allowed to say business and IT. It's our belief that...
Some people like, yes. Yeah, give that a round of applause.
It's our belief that technology needs to live where business happens. So much so that actually we don't have an IT organization anymore. We are organizing into end-to-end, multidiscipline teams that are measured solely by business-driven KPIs. So a lot of buzzwords there, let me make it real. So all of our cars right now are connected via, let's see, 2015 and newer, all cars are connected. Well, consumers can get access to their cars via a subscription service called Volvo on Call. Volvo on Call reports into my organization, and that team is measured based upon number of subscriptions, renewals, and ultimately a P&L. So what does that mean? What used to be the traditional enterprise IT organization is now a profit center. Beyond that, we just saw the delivery tool, and that's a real live thing. That's in production today. We're using it. That team is incentivized by number of deliveries, adoption, and then ultimately the customer satisfaction scores associated with those deliveries. So when you guys came to us and you talked about this concept of citizen development, we fell in love immediately. It makes perfect sense. That's allowing us to take the Lightning platform and push it further out into the business to get value. Secondarily, and I'm sure the tech leaders in the room are all saying, oh God, governance and control. And yeah, I get it. I had the same reaction initially, but it solves two of your biggest problems. You're dealing with shadow IT, and then secondarily, you're dealing with capacity issues. So rather than having your business partners running around you and finding another vendor, give them the Lightning platform. It solves that problem and takes the energy out of that conversation through empowerment. Secondarily, you end up with all of this governed capacity that you've never had access to. So for us, as we look at this, it's all about putting technology where business happens, and ultimately that gives you speed and relevance, not just for your tech investments, but more importantly for your brand. Amazing. Give them the Lightning platform. I just want to repeat that. It was so amazing. Thank you so much, Mark. What an incredible story from Volvo. So I want to call out a few things in that demo, and one of them was Einstein Next Best Action. So a year ago at Dreamforce, I announced Einstein Prediction Builder, which gives everyone the ability to build smart apps with predictions based on any data set in Salesforce. But our customers told us the predictions are great, but we want to be able to take action on them. And Einstein Next Best Action was born. And you saw that in the demo where we were actually telling what the next best action was for Rima to take. And you also saw a ton of mobile in that demo because we live our lives on our phone. And that's why I am super excited about the partnership we announced on Monday between Apple and Salesforce. Right? Amazing. So what we're doing is we are combining the #1 business platform with the #1 business devices. We're taking Siri and Einstein, they're getting married and they're having a baby, and that baby is a completely reimagined mobile experience, only available on iOS. But it doesn't stop there. We have a new mobile SDK that's optimized for Swift, and we're gonna use Trailhead, that amazing, amazing learning tool, to scale up thousands and thousands of new mobile developers. So that is how you can build for the future. And now, to show you how to build fast, but build fast with trust, please join me in welcoming my colleague, John.
All right, get excited, folks, because as Shannon said, we are going to get into the nuts and bolts of this platform. My name is John Vogt. I'm a product manager on the Salesforce DX team. Now, my team is super passionate about empowering all of you, all of our users, to be successful builders on the Lightning platform. So if you're like us, you want to know all about our no-code builders, like Lightning App Builder and Flow Builder, which you'll see shortly. You want to know all about our pro code tools, our programmatic tooling, like our CLI that helps you do automation for DevOps, our IDEs that help you build with Salesforce DX and work on Heroku, all around our enterprise services, like platform data events, change data capture, identity. There are so many details that we're going to get into. But first, let's take a look at one of our amazing platform customers, Align Technology.
People hide their smile if they're not confident in it. And through hiding their smile, they basically can't really present themselves in an authentic way. Align is a company that improves people's smiles.
There are 300 million people in the world who could improve their smiles, and the only way we can reach all of them is digitally. As we grow and scale globally, we needed a platform that had the agility and the flexibility to support all the different go-to-market models. And that flexibility only the Lightning platform could provide us. We've actually been using the Lightning platform to create the consumer engagement experiences end-to-end. They go to Invisalign.com, they can find a doctor, they're able to schedule their appointments online.
At the appointment with the doctor, records get taken and the doctor uploads them into our Invisalign doctor site.
The Doctor Portal app is our single interface for the doctors with Align. All our customer-facing portal apps are all running on the Lightning platform.
We have a lot of citizen developers who were able to really learn Salesforce platform pretty quickly, how it works and how much is already available as out-of-the-box configuration versus customization.
The Lightning platform has empowered us to make changes quicker, which means we're able to serve the needs of our customers quicker.
I'm enthusiastic about it, not just about business growth. It just shows you how many patients and consumers we're touching out there with our technology.
We're able to release features to our customers every 2 weeks. We don't have to wait 6 months or 9 months.
We were able to build apps 30 to 40% faster than before. We've got numerous number of examples where our admins, like business admins, not even IT, where they have delivered some of their solutions back to their business without even talking to us. So that's the constant innovation that we need, right? So IT should not be bottleneck, IT should be partnering with the business.
Salesforce and the Lightning platform helps us deliver the engagement experiences unlike anyone else.
Lightning platform is a game changer.
A business is going to die if it doesn't innovate. The revolution today, a lot of it is IT driven. We use the tools that Salesforce provides in order to move forward on that. We see the capability we have, we see what we can deliver to the marketplace, we see how we can make consumer lives better. That's what gets us up every day and makes us excited.
What an incredible story. I'll challenge anyone in here to tell me that they can't relate in some way to what they saw in that video. Now, Align has done a lot of amazing things for a lot of people. So please, a round of applause for Sri Kohli and Simon Baird. We're going to talk a little bit more about how Align is using the platform. So your business has been growing by leaps and bounds. Now, how have you all been dealing with that rapid growth?
So, good afternoon, John. Well, the market for Invisalign is enormous. There are 300 million people worldwide who would benefit from teeth straightening. And many of you in this room would also benefit as well. But, you know, clear aligners they're as unique as a fingerprint. And it takes cutting-edge technology to deliver it. And it's the same with our go-to-market strategy. To access the potential, to access the demand, we're working more efficiently and effectively. to connect consumers and doctors with Align. And the only way we can do that is through digital. The other thing I'd say as well is that we're incredibly lucky to have innovative and committed employees who are working every day. They've got a tremendous growth mindset, and they're driving the performance as well.
And to also support those teams with the right processes and the right technologies so that they can enable that rapid global scaling.
Now, as we saw in the video, you all are really blurring the lines between business and IT. But how does that actually look at Align?
Well, I think we work well together because I think we both understand that to kind of extend further the market leadership position that we've got, we have to do that. So I think I'd point it down to really three things around how we promote strong collaboration. I think the first one is around purpose. We all share the same direction and the same belief. I think the second thing is around pace, and technology is really driving our speed and agility. And then finally, it comes down to people. We've got people really focused on enhancing the customer experience, whether that's a consumer or whether that's a doctor. And I think when you put those things together, we're creating an environment where the possibilities are endless, and we can really drive that journey forward.
Yeah. So together we have built a team that actually thinks globally when it comes to processes and platforms, and is able to act locally with all of the DevOps processes in place that supports regional execution. I think the demo is a good way to show how all this works together at Align.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's get into that demo. Simon, thank you so much.
Well, thanks for the opportunity. Just to reinforce, it's an exciting and humbling journey to be on, so appreciate your time.
Thanks so much. All right, now, as Shri said, we are going to get into a demo. With the help of Shri, she's going to kick us off, with also the help of our awesome demo engineers in the back, Eric and Gabe. We're going to take you on a development journey at Align Technology and show you how they are using Heroku to go global with regional resources, as well as show you how to integrate and pull data into Salesforce that you haven't seen before. And we're going to tie all of that together through the automation of Salesforce, DX, and Heroku. Shri, can you get us started?
Thank you, John. When we evaluate platforms, as a CIO, I care about the security and the scalability of the platforms, along with the productivity and the agility the platform needs to provide to support all the go-to-market opportunities we have. Align Technology is a global company, and we're growing rapidly. So you can see here the list of all the countries where the web apps are hosted on the Heroku platform. This is our Heroku dashboard. You can see all the apps from different countries. They're all running on scalable cloud infrastructure. When we want to expand to a new country, we go create a new private space in the infrastructure in that region. And then to meet the local healthcare regulations, we just flip the switch to turn on Heroku Shield. So we now have the private space for UK created, and the users are now ready to build apps in that space. Heroku Connect helps us connect those apps to the Salesforce global instance, which pulls the data from the sales, service, and marketing clouds and enables the users to build even more powerful engagement experiences. So with all of these features of the platform, we were able to launch this UK site in just a few weeks.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Shri. So Align is moving fast on trusted infrastructure. But stay with me, because now we're going to move fast with new integration capabilities through a trusted process. So as you can see up here, we have the UK site up and running. And consumers for Align are now filling out their smile assessments here. And what's great about this application is that for every smile assessment that's created, we're building a lead in the Smile Concierge app on the Lightning platform. So as you can see here, consumers like Grace can work with Align through the entire process of Invisalign, getting their questions answered, and also getting help around finding a doctor in their region so they can get an appointment and get the journey started. Now, with this app, Align could need to pull this information from an external ERP system. So Align is going to take advantage of the MuleSoft Anypoint Platform. Using the Exchange ecosystem, developers at Align can take advantage of connectors that are already available, reusable components right here. They can also expose their own API endpoints for reuse. Now that Align finds a connector to that ERP source, they can move over to the design center and start to create that view of the doctor that they want to expose into Salesforce. Now, simply looking at that ERP, they start to select the parts that they want to show for the doctor. And once they have that view created, you can simply move back over into the Lightning platform and expose that information with this brand new tab that you see here. Super fast, really powerful, connects to almost anything. All right, now Omar on our concierge team has been working with consumers for a few weeks. And moving back and forth between the Leads and Doctors tab is not the best experience for his team in working with his customers. So he wants to pull that doctor information directly into the view that you see here. And at Align, Omar is empowered to do this on his own. He's not just going to create a ticket and throw it over the wall to IT. He's going to work with IT on finishing. So he's going to get a new clone, a new Lightning Developer Pro Sandbox clone from our IT team. This is a brand new pilot product where we can create them super fast. So once we have this clone created, and you can see a few that are right there, we're going to go over into that sandbox, and Omar is going to use the Lightning App Builder to edit this page. This is a fantastic no-code tool that lets you modify the user experience by easily dragging and dropping new components and widgets onto the page. Now, Omar has found the enhanced Lightning Grid component, and he found this in our own ecosystem on the App Exchange. He was easily able to grab that, pull it into his palette here, and then drag it in and connect it to that MuleSoft data that we already pulled in. Now, once he is finished with this, Omar's tested out, and he's ready to move this to prod. But at Align, we go through a trusted process. So that means we're going to use Salesforce DX and Heroku. So moving over to the CLI, you can see that IT is now going to extract those changes using a new capability that we have to pull DX source out of sandboxes. And once that is complete, this automated script will check that source right into a source control system, which is where Heroku pipelines can take over. And IT loves this because right here, automated tests are running to make sure that the changes that Omar made aren't breaking anything. So if we go over this test tabs, we can see that everything has passed. Now that's fantastic. Now we can go to the next step, and that's building our staging app. So once we do this, this gives Omar's team the chance to get into an environment that's a replica of their production with Omar's changes. They can work on that with user acceptance testing, and they can figure out and judge Omar whether or not his great solution is actually great or not. Maybe they send him back to the drawing board, do some more work. They love it, though. They're going to promote this to production. Now, I know what some of you are thinking here. You've seen this before. We have showed you how to connect Lightning Platform with Heroku, but this is different. This entire pipeline here is being run with Lightning Dev Pro Sandbox clones. We could never do that before because we didn't have environments that could create that fast. These clones are so quick, we're gonna remove limits during the day. You can create these on the fly for all of your CI and CD requirements. This is a game changer for your dev productivity, everyone. All right. So now that we've got this promoted to production, if we flip back over to our app and simply refresh the page here, we can see Omar's great work. The doctor's information is right here in view, and he can have a better experience working with Grace to find that regional doctor and get her along that journey with Align. Now, this is how we empower the business users to build amazing employee experiences, which in turn build great customer engagement relationships. And this is how we democratize app development on the Lightning platform. All right. Now, you saw a lot of really interesting features as we went through those demonstrations. So the first thing, We all know that Heroku is a great place for building engaging apps, but over the past year, they've done a tremendous amount of work around security. Heroku Shield now includes Heroku Connect. As well, they've also been working on team collaboration. We all know we work better when we build great things together. So I advise you all to check out the great team collaboration capabilities that Heroku has built. Now, we've been listening to you, and we know how much you all love our data services, our data integration capabilities, like I mentioned before, platform events and change data capture. So we are really excited to have the MuleSoft Anypoint Platform as part of the Salesforce family. And last but not least, my personal favorite, I've been working on sandboxes since I joined Salesforce. So it gives me a lot of great pleasure to be up here announcing a product that's going to be a massive game changer to dev productivity. The clones that we are creating for pilot customers are somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes, and that's for any org type. These are consistent times. And this means that you can clone and clone throughout the day for all your needs. All right, so now that we've built fast with trust, I'm super happy to bring to the stage Leah McGowan-Hare, who's going to tell you how our trailblazers are building together. Leah?
Thank you. Thanks, Sean. Good job. All right. Now, that's classic Run DMC right there. Welcome to Dreamforce, and thank you for being here to kick it off with us. My name is Leah McGowan-Hare, and I've been working on the platform since 2009, teaching people how to build apps on the platform. Now I have the privilege and honor of helping people build their careers on the platform by skilling up for the jobs of today and tomorrow using Trailhead. And you know, in working with the platform, there's a lot of special things. But one of the special things that I really love is how it gives the capabilities for business users in IT to work together. And at the forefront of this transformation are our trailblazers. They are defining new ways of working together, built on trust and partnership. And a key part of this partnership are the capabilities that the Lightning Platform delivers so that business users can be app creators, app builders. And you're getting ready to see this in a moment in our demo. You're gonna see how a business user can skill up on Trailhead, create an app with our no-code, low-code tools like Object Creator, and then put an automation using Lightning Flow, and then extend the functionality using the power of our ecosystem through App Exchange. Now, this demo is built on Northern Trail Outfitters, which is available for you to download from Trailhead, so pretty psyched. And I'd like to have Eric, who's gonna run us through this amazing demonstration, bring up the demo. You guys ready? Oh, that didn't sound very ready, but I'm gonna take what I can get. Now, I want you to take a moment and look at where we're starting. We're starting with a Google Sheet, but that's not where we're gonna end. So we have Mia, who's a Northern Trail Outfitters business user, and currently she manages all of her store openings via a Google Sheet. So this worked when they were small, but as they're growing, it's just not cutting it. And I know people in here can feel that pain. I see some head nods. Well, she knows that she can do better. So she jumps into Trailhead and learns about these no-code, low-code tools. And she hears about this amazing tool coming out called Object Creator. So she jumps into her sandbox and wants to play with it. So she launches it and is first presented with which sheet does she want to load in. So she has a Google Sheet. So she selects Google Sheet, and then Object Creator is gonna give her some ideas around what she's gonna go ahead and choose stores, and then Object Creator is gonna look at that sheet and say, here are some suggested names and some suggested data types. Now here, she does not have to commit to these data types. She can override them. So for state, she's gonna change it from text to pick list. And there's intelligence built in here because what happens is Object Creator looks at the data and comes up with an initial set of pick list values. So she doesn't have to go in and add pick list values. Then she's gonna give the object a name. Now, objects are like databases inside of a Salesforce or conceptually like Excel sheet. Now, once they're created, They're then in the platform, which makes them available to all the functionality that's baked into the platform. So she's gonna go ahead and click finish. Now what's happening here, it's creating a custom object, creating custom fields, and, not or, and importing data, all in one transaction. Who here has created custom fields? So you know what it is to create a custom field. We just created 19 custom fields from clicks. Yes, that's how it goes. You like something, you can clap. It is okay. Let's go check out the metadata. So 19 custom fields. So here you see them right here. Here are the field names, here are the field labels, as well as the data type. Now, once again, this is an object that's been created, so we can embed it in an app. So let's actually check out what the data looks like inside the app. So here are the rows that she imported as well. Let's go ahead and dig into one of those records, Eric. So here we can see one of the records, and once again, because this object is part of the platform, it has access to all that great goodness of the platform, like related lists, activities, assignments, and chatter. So you know what? Mia's feeling really good about what she did, so she wants to let her team know about it. So she goes to chatter, and she shares with her team, and it looks like they're pretty excited. It even sparked some creativity with Harold. Harold said, okay, well, here, I got this whiteboard idea. Looks like he has mapped out the process of opening a store. And he's like, what can we do with this? Well, clearly, we can't put that in a Google Sheet. So Mia knows, you know what, Harold, I got you. I learned about Lightning Flow. We're gonna create an automation process. So we jump in, we're gonna create a flow, and I want you to take a moment and look at the new flow builder. This is beautiful. Here, you can drag and drop elements onto your palette and then connect them with simply drawing a line. So here we're putting a screen. Let's call this one missing lease. So we'll call this missing lease, and then we'll connect it with a line. It is that easy. Everyone could build an app. Now here, once we connect it, now, you know, here's the thing. Eric, I'm not gonna have you drag out every single element. People got things to do. So this is like the baking show. We got one pre-baked for you. Let's pull it out the oven. Eric, let's go ahead and pull it out the oven. That's a straight up 5 right there. That's awesome. So here's our pre-baked process flow. Let's make a modification to it though. We wanna change the missing lease to we wanna enhance it to capture an electronic signature. So we're gonna go into that element. And here's the thing, we can leverage the power of the ecosystem by installing a flow solution that we downloaded from App Exchange. So that is about no code you get right there. Just click, put it on. Now, once we do done, click on done and go back, we actually wanna see what does this look like in action. So let's go back out to the app. So we're here at the data, and we can see that this current store is in construction. And remember, this was all managed during a Google Sheet. But now we have the button that says Open Store. When we click on that Open Store, it launches our flow. And look at that flow. That's a good looking flow right there. There's Harold's checklist. We're missing the lease, so we're gonna click Next. And then here we can capture the signature simply by signing right there. Nice signature, Eric. And then we're gonna click Next, and then click Finish. And we have now went from construction to open. Now remember where we started. We started with a Google Sheet, and this is where we ended up. All clicks, no code. That is powerful. So what you just witnessed is everybody can build apps on the platform. Now let's look at some of the pieces that made up this amazing demo. First, Lightning Object Creator, which is in pilot, and it's so powerful. You can go from sheet to actual objects in the system. And we know objects are the heart of Salesforce. And once you have your data in the Salesforce, you can make your data come alive with smart data-driven processes using automation like the Lightning Flow. And with Lightning Flow, you know once you add automation, everything changes. It makes things smarter, it makes things real time, and it makes your data work for you. So here with Lightning Flow, you know coming out in pilot, we have Lightning Flow Builder, and then your ability to tap into the ecosystem using Flow solutions, and then you can stay connected externally using things like platform events and next actions. Now, earlier I said the key of this transformation are our trailblazers. And I am so honored to have with us two amazing trailblazers from AWS, Hector Perez and Ronica Maharaj, that are gonna come on up here. Welcome, Hector, welcome, Ronica. Now, you know, Hector, I've known you for years. He was one of my students, so this is a very proud moment for me. And Ronica, I hear you're doing amazing things at AWS. Let's hear a little bit about how you got started on the platform.
Thanks for having us, Leah. My experience with the product started from previous companies that I worked at. What's amazed me over the years is that regardless of the industry or user story, anyone can build just about anything on the platform. But the most amazing thing about working with Salesforce that attracts me is a diverse community. Just looking around this room, there's hundreds, maybe thousands of trailblazers always there to support you and celebrate your success. As a business user, it's incredible to have that type of support, and it builds trust in the platform.
It really does. Thank you. Now, Hector, tell us a little bit how you got your start on the platform.
Yeah, and good to see you again, Leah. I've had the fortunate opportunity to work for a couple of Fortune 500 companies, and the consistent thing throughout my Salesforce career has been the community, the Ohana, something that Ronica alluded to earlier, and that kind of stays with you no matter where you are in IT or the business. So much to the fact that, much like Ann said around the Mentor app, I also founded a nonprofit, Marivis, which partners with VetForce to get military veterans trained in Salesforce, and we run the whole nonprofit on the Lightning platform.
That's amazing, and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Ronica, now, I understand that when you were at AWS, you had to rally your internal team to get on the Lightning platform. You even worked with a developer, who I believe is here in the audience, to create a custom app that manages your network inventory and replaced your legacy system. And you guys did this in a matter of weeks?
We sure did. So we had a really different business opportunity. That's not what you traditionally use a CRM for. And I knew the platform would work. And I just really needed to show my stakeholders that it could. That's when I met our amazing senior developer, Condal. We spent a little bit of time talking about business requirements, and then he just started building. In a matter of weeks, we had an application to show our stakeholders. They were amazed by how quickly we could build something with a few clicks and some code. And that built a tremendous amount of trust, and we've been able to scale that since the time we launched.
That's great. Thank you for sharing that. Now, Hector, you've been in the game for a minute. You started young. Now, listen, I know as an IT leader, what was it like 5 to 6 years ago building apps versus today using the Lightning platform?
It was entirely different, Leah. We had to go out there, procure servers, procure highly talented engineers, and it would take a lot of time. And to Ronica's point, sometimes there wasn't even trust between the IT and the business. The game's changed quite a bit with the Lightning platform. The ability to build and to reiterate and to change and to course correct and to have that collaboration and trust with the business in a secure environment, it's gold. No pun intended here. But it's great, Leah. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for both sharing your stories. And these are testament that IT and business can work together to create amazing things on the platform. And back to you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Leah. Thank you, Ronica and Hector. And, you know, AWS is an incredible customer, but they're also an amazing strategic partner. And so please welcome my colleague, Matt Garman, the VP of Compute Services at Amazon.
Awesome. Thanks, Ann. Really excited to be here and joining you at Dreamforce today. So as you mentioned, I run our compute platform for AWS, which includes Amazon EC2, EBS, VPC, and our container services. And we're really excited to be here and talk about some of our integrations today, but also excited to be a partner and a joint customer.
That's right, biggest Quip customer, right?
Exactly, and we're really proud to run the vast majority of Salesforce's public cloud workloads, including your international places in Canada and Australia, as well as many of your places like Heroku, which was referred to earlier, and Quip.
That's right.
Additionally, we're super excited to be a Salesforce customer. As you heard, we use many of your platforms throughout our places inside of Amazon, and as you mentioned, big, quick customers.
Absolutely. And you know, our strategic partnership, relationship has been huge for our shared customers, but they've asked us to do more. And so we're excited to announce the next phase of our relationship together.
Yeah. And frankly, it works really well. I think for one real reason is that we start with the customer in the center of everything that we do. I think when we think about Amazon, you think about Salesforce, everything starts with the customer and products really go from there. And we've had many interesting integrations already with Redshift and Einstein Analytics, Heroku and VPC peering and other things like that. And really excited to announce some other deeper partnerships today. So one of the main things that we're announcing today is a deep, more foundational integration between the AWS platform and the Salesforce platform, providing secure network private connectivity between those two platforms. So what we're announcing is the ability for you to construct and decide where your network flows go so that your data transfer from Salesforce into different AWS services all can travel on the private Amazon network.
That's right. I mean, it's huge. This is huge, secure infrastructure that our customers are asking of us. And even a second integration that we are announcing is a bidirectional streaming event data between our two platforms. So an event that's kicked off in Salesforce can trigger an action in AWS Lambda or other AWS products and publish back as a platform event, something our customers are really asking us to do.
Absolutely. When we talk to our CIOs, they really care about the security and that deep integration between those different platforms. I think as the exec sponsor, as part of the exec sponsor from Amazon to Salesforce, we really care about those deep integrations, and we want to make it easier and easier for customers to use our two platforms together. We want to make it a no-brainer for customers of the Salesforce platform to use AWS as their public cloud and vice versa.
Well, Matt, thank you so much for being here, and I'm really looking forward to working with you as we continue this strategic partnership together.
Me too. Thank you.
Thank you. You have heard how we build for the future, build fast with trust, and build together. And I know many of you want to learn more, so we have put together this trail mix. There are trailblazers out there in IT and the business, and you are going to lead your companies to be transformational. But we have a special thank you. So I want you all to look under your seat, because there are 5 lucky winners out there who are going to win a $500 Adidas shopping spree with RevRun from Run DMC. So look under your seat for the lucky golden ticket winners. All right, we got one over there. Congratulations. It's amazing. Woo! And here's another one. Congratulations. Well, everybody is a winner, because guess what? You're all invited to our platform party with RevRun and Run DMC on Thursday night. And we are in Moscone West, so stop by level 2 and start building some of those Lightning apps at our Lightning Rapids. Thank you. Thank you for being at our platform keynote, and enjoy Dreamforce 2018.